just got our line through to Ambassador Andre Groenewald. Ambassador, thank you so much for coming through to us. We were really concerned we couldn't get hold of you. We're hearing reports that a television tower near the capital where you are has been taken out. I wonder if you could start by just telling us if you are safe where you are currently.
Yes, thank you very much. I also hear this. Since yesterday with the negotiations, things have changed very quickly on the ground. We all, as the diplomatic community in Kyiv, had opening a sort of a humanitarian corridor gap to move out of Kyiv, and this morning we took it. We have about 8 vehicles with us. I've got the Nigerian ambassador with me and some other diplomats from other countries. And we have moved out of Kyiv. You will have seen maybe in the news as well, quite a number of countries have moved out of Kyiv. We are in Oman at this stage, driving west. It just became too dangerous in Kyiv.
Where exactly is Oman? Is that still within Ukraine?
Yes, we are to the south of Kyiv. Just moved away from there. The idea initially was to move into Moldova or Romania, but it seems that, we've reconsidered maybe looking at some other options now.
All right, so the diplomatic mission and many other diplomats, including yourselves, have actually left the capital. It's just getting too dangerous. It must be such a very worrying time, because I would imagine that there are still a lot of civilians left in Kyiv. Tell us what you've left behind.
Yeah. Well, at this stage, we don't know what the numbers are for everybody. We are hoping that things will, at some stage get better. Part of the reason that that all of us moved out, all of the people in this motorcade families, I have the other South African diplomat with me, with his wife and 2 children. I have my wife and my 3 boys with me. So it's really the Indians moved out yesterday, the Egyptians moved out. I've got Nigeria with me. It's just become way too dangerous. But what I can tell you is that we will not stop our efforts to try and get the people out. Our people and the students. I've been in the car the whole day speaking to parents.
Okay.
Speaking to the main committed and okay.
All right, you're breaking up very slightly. I just want to ask you a follow-up question around that. I know that you've got various WhatsApp groups. Could you tell us, to your knowledge, how many South Africans are still stuck in Ukraine and trying to get out? Do you know?
I have no number of that. A couple of days ago, the bulk of people have left. The coverage, the news, encountering more people. It's not the big numbers of other people, but there are people that are trying to come out, and we will get to them and assist wherever we can. We are not giving up. It is an absolute commitment from our side. There are, the embassy people, the Berco people, volunteers. We are doing exactly what we have been doing for the last.
All right. Could you tell us, so you say there's still, to your knowledge, and you don't have exact figures, just a small number of South Africans still trying to get out of Ukraine. Once they do manage to cross the border, we know that South African ambassadors in Poland and Hungary are coming to meet them, to help them. Is South Africa paying for them to return home? Who's going to look after them during that journey?
I think, that's the next phase of things. We first need to do and make sure that to see who's outside already, and make sure that they come to us and they are part of a process. Quite a number of students that I've spoken to have said that they'll get back home on their own. There's a couple of parents that have phoned me that said the kids are back home. So some people have gone back already. Those who do not have the means, they must just, let us know be on your own. Let us know what's going on. And we will, once we have an idea of the number of people that are there that need assistance, that can also help us to make better plans.
Tell us a little bit more about your journey. We know that you're on the road, and are you going to be travelling through the night? Which border post are you going to get to, and when? And are you guaranteed that your journey there will be safe?
Yeah, I can't really say. The vehicles, we are just outside of Uman now, and the roads are good. But every now and again we get stuck in really, really congested areas, and we have to take back roads. And the back roads, every 3 kilometers, there's a military blockade, and they take your passports, and they take pictures of the cars, and you have got to go through them. It doesn't take a long time, but it's every 3 kilometers almost. So it's a lengthy process. So at some stage tonight, I think we will stop over in a safe place and just rest for the night. We did get to a place to get petrol as well, because that was a major concern. So for now, we just, we are playing what we encounter. And it changes, by the minute, but we feel, safer than we would have been in Kyiv.
What time will you get to the border, do you think, and which border post will you be heading to?
Yeah, I have no idea. At this stage, we are trying to get to but we're probably another 600 kilometers from that, and with all the stoppages, I have no idea when we will be getting there.
All right, so it's pretty slow going. Tell us, I mean, you know Ukraine well, you've got ties there, and you're now having to pull out your family along with all the diplomatic staff. You're travelling, as you say, with Nigerian diplomats. It must be a very emotionally wrenching thing to do, also bearing in mind that it's such an uncertain situation for Ukraine. What do you think will likely happen over the next few days? Do you think that you're going to see Russia advancing with full force now?
Yeah, I cannot speak for Russia. All I'm hoping for is that the dialogue process and the peace negotiations, are getting us somewhere. And you will have seen what our president said and what the minister said in terms of getting around the table, doing the dialogue, doing the mediation part, and